All right, I'm so excited to welcome all of our guests on our panel today, all about Summit. So we're actually going to start with Rodolfo. Rodolfo, thank you so much for being here. I'm thrilled. So I would love for you to share with our audience about your business and who is the audience you're bringing in for your summits.
Hola. Perfect. Thank you. Super excited to be here. Super honored and privileged to be here as well. And so, who I am, Rodolfo Menjivar. I am the manager at Integrity Seminars. We are celebrating 2021. We're celebrating our 20-year anniversary in business. So, it's a very big deal in our industry. And so, we're in personal development. We offer a variety of personal development courses, and we're mostly working with, we always have, Rayanne and I always have a problem with marketers. They're like, oh, who's your ideal client? We want to say everybody, because we do have male, female, 18 to like 80 business entrepreneurs, all that. And mostly we help people that have some kind of roadblocks, blocks in their minds, in their thoughts, beliefs, and we help them clear those blocks so that they can really start creating the results they want to live, they want to have, and live the life they want to live. That's kind of it in a nutshell.
Love it. And earlier you were sharing a little analogy you said. I would
Yeah.
love for you to share that with our audience because I just thought it was so beautifully summed up what you do.
Yeah. So our why on why we do what we do and why we've been doing it for so long is perfect analogy. There's a group of monkeys in Japan. They're called the macaca monkeys. And there is a specific monkey named Emo. And so scientists had been placing sweet potatoes in the sand for them because they love to eat the sweet potatoes. And then they just kind of thought it was a little odd with having the sand on there. And none of the monkeys were brave enough to go to the water and just clean it off until Emo came along and she's like, well, I'm going to go clean this off and enjoy a clean sweet potato. And then she started teaching it to her family unit of monkeys. And then eventually they started teaching it to the other monkeys and other monkeys. And until they hit the tipping point, I guess I'd call it. And so once is the 100th monkey, all of the monkeys on the island then started cleaning off their sweet potatoes with the water. And then the crazy piece is then scientists noticed that the monkeys on other islands that didn't even have exposure to these monkeys started doing the same thing. And so that's why we do what we do, is because once a certain percentage of the species learns a new behavior, a new way of being, so walking with awareness and consciousness, it just automatically spreads to the rest of the species. And that's why we're working to do what we do, so that every time we host a course, we're that much closer to the human species raising their consciousness and us being better as a collective.
Amazing. I love it. That gave me goosies. So good. So good. All right. So tell us about your virtual summit and what was like in the results that you were able to achieve with it.
Okay, awesome. And I want to start with saying, so I joined the Mastermind last August. So that was August 2020. We're 2021 right now. So August 2020. And it was because I immediately saw the value from Kim and Kat and the results that they had. And we're like, okay, we need some of that. And we definitely had resistance prior to this, we were 100% in person. Everything we did was in person, and with all the restrictions and stuff in place, it definitely hurt us in that we weren't being able to run things and our attendance was being lower. And so we're like, hey, what are we going to do? And I didn't want to go online because I was like holding out hope, we only just wait a couple more months and we'll be okay. We'll be in person. And finally, we're like, okay, we need to pivot. We need to do something if we're going to keep our doors open, because our doors closing was a very real possibility. And so we're like, okay, I finally bit the bullet. I'm like, I'm going to do this summit. I'm watching other people have these awesome results. I'm like, let's do it. And we created the Growth Summit. We hosted that in February of 2021. And it was amazing. We probably close to doubled our email list on that. And like our email list was already like a pretty good size as well. So close to double that. We had about 90 people live on the summit for the 2 days, which was amazing. Like the chat was blowing up the whole time. It was insane. I had to upgrade our Zoom account like the first day because people were sending me screenshots. Hey, I can't get in. The Zoom room says it's full. So I'm on the phone with Zoom while I'm trying to host this summit. I'm like, upgrade it now. Like, I don't care what it costs. Just upgrade it right now. I need to get more people in here. And with the bottom line, prior to that, so we were having about 20, maybe on a good course, we'd have 25 people. And now we're averaging at least 10 more. So we're about 30 to 35. I think we hit 40 in the one that we did in September, because now we've been able to pivot to offering online. So we have people from the United States that are joining us instead of before we were only Edmonton. So now I've had a lot of people from British Columbia, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, United States, like different New York, California, and it increased our audience range so much. It's been amazing. I love it.
Amazing. I love that. So what I'm hearing is, by setting your resistance aside and pivoting virtually, you were able to attract a global audience, which then increased the number of people you have coming into your program that you took virtual. And I do know too, because we've had a conversation before where you talked about, that a certain percentage of people that come into your level one will then continue on into the other two levels. So tell me more about that as well.
Yeah. So we have a really good conversion rate. Our minimum conversion is 50%. And so when we were able to have 10 to 15 more people in the room, that also then our conversion stays the same. So the more people in the room is all of a sudden to 50% more people in the room. That's 50% more revenue income as well. And so going from thinking about our doors might close to now it's like we've expanded our team. We're growing. We're not worried about closing our doors now. We're thinking about how can we grow more? Who can we add now? And that's all like a big thank you to Kim and Kat and the Impact Makers Mastermind here for offering this and the summit and the results we've been able to create through offering that. And so Thank you, ladies.
You're so welcome. It's all ripples of impact, right? So I'm so thankful that you joined us in the program and you created, and I also, because you talked about just really quick, how much fun it was to host. You said it was like a big party. So I would love for you to share that, because I think for a lot of people, they're like, oh, it's a lot of tech and it's not gonna be that much fun, but you're like, oh, it was so much fun. So just share that real quick.
It was, oh man, so having that many people online, and a big part of it is like just the speakers we had brought a lot of energy. Like I personally reached out to all the speakers we had, and I've had like a personal relationship with all of them. And so they're kind of bought into what we do, and they very, very much support what we do. And so then their people support what they do. And it was just so much fun, so much party. And like to this day, I still get messages. This is now 8 months later, I still get messages from people of, hey, I was on the Growth Summit. Or now when I see them come through and we ask like, oh, like, how did you hear about us? Oh, from the Growth Summit, it was so much fun. And people love to have fun. And when you get that many people together, people are going to talk about it for a long time after. It was amazing.
Love it. So good. So good. And I love that, because I think for some people they think, oh, virtual is not as fun as in person, but it's as fun as you make it. It's as fun as the energy that you bring to the experience. So thank you for sharing that. Okay, so I'm going to put you on the spot. When are you guys going to do another virtual summit?
Yes, so we have one planned for next month, actually. I think Monday, we're going to start telling people about it. So November 26th. And it's going to be more based on like relationships and boundaries and that kind of thing, because we have a new course to launch that's going to be strictly online, and we're going to use the summit to launch this new course and be able to give it to the world.
So amazing. Love it so much, Rodolfo. So thank you so much for coming and sharing about your summit experience. I love it so much. And we're just so excited to see the continued growth. And I know you're also going to be implementing this strategy for another business you have. So I can't wait to see that as well. And I think that's such a cool thing about the strategy is that it's repeatable, right? And you now get to do it over and over again. And you can use it for a new course launch and or a different business. And that's so great. So thank you so much, Rodolfo. We appreciate you. Everyone give a round of applause for Rodolfo. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. So I think next Kat's coming up. She's going to interview our next panelists. Kat, take it over.
Yes. Next up, we have another superstar, summit host and organizer. And Mandy, I'm going to let you introduce yourself because I think what you do is phenomenal and I personally experienced it. So I want people to know about the impact that you're creating in the world.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kat. And thank you, girls, for inviting me. I'm excited to be here. I do food. I make food really delicious. I make healthy food really delicious. And so I have a really long title, and a lot of people ask me what it actually means. So I'm a licensed holistic nutrition practitioner. And what I do is I help people choose the right food and supplementation to increase their energy, right? To improve their sleep, to release excess weight, to reduce discomfort in their lives, and really just improve their overall health and wellness. I teach people how to listen to their body language and then give their body the building blocks that it's asking for, right? Because a lot of people don't realize that our cravings are actually speaking to us. And so feedback that I get from a lot of my clients is like, thank you so much. You've helped me feel like myself again. And so that's what I do. I make it fun and I make food, healthy food, delicious. It can happen.
And speaking about making it fun, I know you put together an amazing summit. And what is the name? Because I think it's so unique and it's so fun.
Our summit name is The Secrets to Feeling Fan-Freaking-tastic.
That's awesome. And I also know that you managed to not do it yourself, but find a partner in crime. So Kayla, I want to invite you up and please introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about your business and what it is that you do.
So thank you guys for having me. The summit and being part of the mastermind has changed my business. So thank you guys for teaching this strategy because it is phenomenal. I'm Kayla Marie and I am a self-love and body confidence coach. So, I mean, we're all about feeling fan-freaking-tastic. And so that's why it was basically a match made in heaven between me and Mandy because we both are passionate about making women feel amazing. We have different avenues in which we do that, but I think that's basically the aim of our summit is to help women to go from feeling kind of meh or okay, or maybe not so okay, to having that positive influence in their lives. Because, you know, we all know about the law of association. You got to surround yourself with positive people. So that's what we aim to do. And we have three kind of I guess, pillars that we talk about. And we have some panels and stuff like that we talk about body confidence, nutrition, and joyful movement, as well as mindset, because we think those are the things that really help you to feel fan-freaking-tastic. So
beautiful. And Mandy and Kayla, I know that you actually met in the mastermind. Can you talk a little bit more to that? Because Kim and I get asked all the time, how did we find each other? How did we decide to partner? So this is different, but so freaking amazing. So how did that form?
I think we had decided to do a summit together after I also worked with Mandy. We had a call or we had we met in the mastermind, and then we had we swapped stages. I guess it was I was doing my weekly show and she was on it, and then we had a call. I decided to work with her, and then I saw her amazing results. I felt fan-freaking-tastic, and you know, I just wanted to have someone to be there when I'm doing this summit, and she had hosted one, so I was like, hey, do you want to do one together? And actually I had done one with Sherry prior to that. So I'm all about community and having support around me. That's just my personality. So I pitched it to her and she was like, heck yeah, let's do this. So we did. And now I think we've done it 3 times, did we say, or 4? I can't remember. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. We've done a few summits together. And the thing that really made it kind of saved my life, because I did my first summit on my own, and I had so much resistance to creating a summit. I was so scared. And so the first one I did on my own, I was like, okay, I did it. Now I never have to do that again. Thank God. And When Kayla pitched doing the summits together to me, I was like, oh, thank you so much. Because the thing that Kayla and I have figured out is it's not only our businesses that really complement each other, it's our skills and our skill set. And so I had a certain set of skills that I was able to bring to the table. And then I have my weaknesses, right? As entrepreneurs, we all have our weaknesses. And Kayla's strengths that she has complement my weaknesses so well. And so it's just this partnership that works really well together.
Yeah, I love that. It gave me tingles because it's so true. Mandy is great at the tech, me not so much. So if you're not great at tech, just find somebody who is. Like, this is what entrepreneurship is, guys. Like, you gotta be resourceful. And so I didn't like the tech part, so I found somebody who's great at tech. I'm great at graphic design and writing and all the creative stuff. So that's what I do. And Mandy takes care of the tech. And it's great because when someone has a tech issue, I'm just like, talk to Mandy.
And Kim and I really pride ourselves in the community that we create for our events, for our mastermind. It's definitely a community of impact makers, a community of people who are creating ripples of impact in the world with their businesses and their passions. And so seeing you guys come together to create something amazing, like, thank you. It fills my soul. So tell us, what kind of results did you get from hosting your virtual summits? Like, let's see what's possible here.
Who's first? I'll go. I'll go first. All right. So from hosting my summits, I've taken my email list from not very many people to up to like 750 people. I think I grew my email list by over 500 people, which is pretty cool. I've increased my social media following, and we always do our best to position our summit right before we kick off a plan or right before we kick off an event, like a group plan or something. And so it always increases, and we always get conversion into our events or our plans as well, which is really cool. One of the things that I like most, though, about the summits is speaking to the other like-minded entrepreneurs. So any of the people that we enroll into speaking into our summit, and we get a good variety. And by good variety, our last summit, we had speakers from like all across Canada. We had speakers from the United States, Mexico, France, Russia. Like, we had speakers from across the globe, which is now a possibility. And so since we are able to like enroll and bring on all of these like-minded speakers, it gives a lot of opportunities for like joint venture opportunities or like collaborating with other like-minded entrepreneurs. So I really like that part of it.
Yeah, that's great. I can say the same thing. It increased my email list from about 30 people to I think around 800 right now in 1 year, which is amazing. I never even thought that was possible. Before, I was speaking on other people's summits and I would get maybe 5 new people every time I would speak. So this is really the best bang for your buck in terms of if time is one of your core values. For me, I'm like, I just want to get there faster. So this is how you do it. And like Mandy said, yes, we've obviously had conversions into our events. I host an event usually after the summit, and Mandy usually is hosting a program or something. And yes, we've had conversions into that. And of course, usually the conversions are a bit higher on that. Not always, but just because they already like you, know you, trust you because you're the one hosting the summit. So that's another thing that I've found is that hosting the summit gives you authority in the entrepreneurial space because you're like, people really respect that you're hosting something like that because it's not easy. It is an undertaking. So that gives you, like you said, the opportunity to collaborate with other people or trade stages. And now something else that I've noticed people doing is coming to me to ask me to speak. Because I don't know if it's because of that authority, but I'll get emails now that's like, hey, I saw you speak on this summit, or I saw you organize this summit, and we would love to have you on the podcast or another summit or something like that. So I think that has been one of the biggest things for me, that momentum that keeps going and going, kind of like Rodolfo said, right? People keep talking about it, and it really builds that awareness about what you're doing and why. And yeah, I've also grown my social media following as well. So there's so many different perks to it. And honestly, I wouldn't have even been able to grasp those perks until I did it, if that makes sense. Because yeah, we can sit here and tell you, and we want you to do this, but it's hard to even fathom the power that the summit has.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. And I think it's so phenomenal how your results are so similar and so different at the same time. And they're so multiplex, right? And Kayla, you talking about building your authority, this is just so close to my heart, because me being an immigrant and trying to secure stages a few years back, it was nearly impossible. It was just impossible until I started and created my own stage, right? And the positioning of you reaching out to someone to talk about your own business versus reach out to someone because you have a stage for them, you have an event, you want them to participate, is such a different dynamic. So it's amazing. When is your next summit, guys?
Okay, so the next Secrets to Feeling Ben Freaking Tastic Summit we have etched out for February 16th through the 18th. So yeah, we hope to see you guys on.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And we have one more amazing entrepreneur and recent award winner. I'll let them talk about it, that we want to introduce you.
All right. Sherry Cameron, I'm so excited you are here fresh off of your award win. So you can please tell everyone about that, as well as letting us know, what is your business and what is the audience that you love to bring in with your summit?
Hello. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you so much for having me on, you guys. Okay. Woo! Summit's like my favorite topic ever. So yay, I'm so happy to be here to chat about it. As Kim mentioned, my name is Sherry Cameron, and I am a transformational life coach as well as financial advisor, educator. And I am the founder and owner of my company, The Pathway to More, helping women create more money, opportunities, results, and experiences. And my main focus is really helping women who are longing for more passion, inspiration, purpose, freedom in their life. And I do that through helping them to identify and create their passion-filled and purpose-filled business, and not allowing money to be an obstacle that gets in the way of them achieving their dream results. So, and thank you for mentioning my award. I'm very humbled, excited, thrilled to be the recipient of your Holistic Earth's Business from the Heart Champion Award. Yay! And this is perfect because what a way to champion other people is through a summit. So something that I love to do is champion others. And that's one of the benefits of running a summit.
Love it so much. Well, congratulations. We're so thrilled for you and well-deserved. So, all right. So tell us about your summit, the results you've been able to create, and all the things that you love about it. Let's just dig in.
Okay. So do you have an hour? I love doing summits. Like I said, this is a favorite topic for me. So results. Oh my gosh. Okay. Ask me how many contacts I had when I started my first summit.
How many contacts did you have when you did your first summit? 0.
0. Okay. So I've had a few summits now. I have a list now of 1,000 people. So that's pretty darn exciting.
Amazing.
And let me say, when I started running a summit, I didn't have a website. I didn't have a lead magnet. I wasn't even that clear on my business and what the structure is going to look like and what I was doing. So I just want to first off say, like, you can jump in and you can do this. And this is a great way to go from, like, I don't have much of a social following. I don't have a website. I don't have all these things, and still create a lot of contacts and followers in your business. So that's really, really exciting. Oh my gosh. What else can I say? one of the things that is really interesting about having a summit too is if you have this stage and you offer people, like, you can reach out to people who you think, oh, I don't know. Like Jamie Saleh was one of the people that I just thought, I'm just going to throw it out there and see if she's going to come. And she actually, came on my summit. And guess what? Like, that gives you tons of credibility in your community. They have, imagine what some of the celebrity lists are like, right? And they're inviting their people to be on, little old me on my summit, right? And so that's really exciting. It's built lots of credibility for me in that way. I will say, just for me personally, I absolutely love the whole concept of bringing like-minded people together, having collaborative conversations, and just creating impact, through conversation. I always love the whole statement about, we're greater together than the sum of our parts. And for me, that's what a summit does. You bring all these just fantastic entrepreneurs and speakers together who all have a gift to share, and collaboratively together, we become greater than the sum of our parts. And we're creating, something special. And, I can't tell you, after running my summits, just the feedback I get both from the speakers on the summit as well as participants, like stuff that just blew me away. Like people telling you that it's changed their life. Wow, really? People telling me that, they went back to their office and they were like telling everyone, oh my gosh, you have to come to the next summit, stuff like this. Like you can create raving fans. Like I said, I was coming from zero, knowing zero people, having zero people on my list, to having raving fans. And that's pretty exciting. Oh my gosh, what else? I keep going and going, but and one other thing I did think of that I would like to mention is, being a part of the Impact Makers Mastermind, even if you're doing it alone, like Kayla and Mandy were talking about partnering up, which is awesome. And I've partnered with Kayla on a summit before, which is awesome. But even if you're going it alone, there's other people who, have ran them too. And we support each other, right? Like, if you're like, oh my gosh, I'm running it. Yeah, right, Kat, I'm running this on my own, but, I would love someone to man the chat. Or I wonder if, someone could just let me know, how's the sound working, or let me know if you see anything that I need to change or fix, or, and you've got people there that are willing to collaborate with you, know what it's all about. Or maybe they're thinking of doing one themselves and they just kind of want to dabble in it and be a part of it. So you've got support, which is really, really awesome. So yeah, I can't say enough about them. I love doing them. And Kim and Kat, you guys, first of all, the summits you run are incredible. And, you give us sort of that leadership and a path to follow. But okay, Kat, how many times have I said help a little bit here and there? And, you guys were there to catch us so we don't fall. So thank you so much for that.
I love that. Thank you so much, Sherry. I appreciate that your positive words. And I have to say, I totally agree, is that you're surrounded in a community of other people who are working towards that same goal really makes the difference to you being accountable and actually taking the action and doing it and then doing it again, right? That's what I love about Maddie was saying. And then I did it again because Kayla was saying, hey, let's do this together, right? So I love that so much, in that we lay the path down for you. We've done it.
Sure.
We give you everything that works, what didn't work, do this, not that.
And once you have that first one, right? Like you've got the model, you've got the path, and then you can just build on it from there. And I know Kayla and Mandy have, done all kinds of different things with theirs and had panels and had, you can play around from there and see what kind of results you get, and, just do different things that are fun. So
yes, absolutely. Okay. I do have another question, because I remember when you did your first one and you came into the Impact Makers Mastermind to share your celebration, and you had a story about, selling your course and going for it on that first one. I would love for you to share that result that you got. And I love it too, because you talked earlier about how you still didn't have clarity. You were working through getting the clarity on like what path you wanted to take. So share that with the audience.
Yeah, for sure. So it was really great because my first, course out of the gate, and after presenting on my own summit, and again, building that trust factor and credibility all throughout, I sold 8 spots on my course. Amazing. So that was really exciting. And I will say, this is even, I think you've mentioned this before, and this is not like a best practice, but I had someone come in and host just before I was going on to do mine, and I was still actually finishing my presentation like right before I delivered it. But I still sold 8 spots, which was super exciting. I had 500 on that summit. I had 555 people register. Like Rodolfo said, I had close to 90 people on at one time, which I think is pretty exciting. I've attended, other summits and other events, and, to get 90 bums in a seat attending to your event, I think is something to be, pretty proud of. So I was excited about that. And, it wasn't me that drew them in, right? It was all myself and then all the other speakers. And that's the magic of it.
Yes, the collaborative power. Okay. And also, because it's interesting. I love this because everyone, when we're like, share your results, no one actually talks about the VIP ticket sales, because everyone's like, there's so many other amazing things. But let's talk about that for a minute, because I remember you talking about how you'd set a goal and then you exceeded the goal. So just touch on that for a moment.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I set a goal of wanting to sell, I believe it was 30 VIP tickets, and I actually sold 45. So yeah, that was really exciting. And, this isn't a huge, windfall moneymaker for your business, but that's not the purpose of a summit, right? But the time you put into it, a bit of the tech, I mean, that more than pays for that. So that's really exciting. And just to know, right, that many people were like, this was so powerful, and they wanted that upgrade and they wanted those tickets. And yeah, I'll be doing something exciting with that on my next summit, but I'm not going to talk about that.
Leave us with a little suspense at the end. So good. Okay, well, thank you, Sherry. Thank you so much. Now, okay, when is your next summit going to be?
Okay, my next summit, formerly the Pathway to More Summit, which will now become, wait for it, the Moreathon, will be January 20th to 22nd.
Amazing. Love it. Everybody, clearly that's going to resonate, because everybody was like, yeah. So good. Love it. Thank you so much, Sherry, for coming and sharing about how much you love summits and the results that you've been able to create for your business and for your audience and building those raving fans. We so appreciate you. So any last thoughts, Kat, before we wrap up our panel here?
We should ask our guests any last thoughts. Anything else you guys want to share?
Rodolfo.
Yeah, I want to kind of reiterate a little piece of what Kayla said, actually, in that the results totally blew me away. Like the goals I set and everything, and the results that actually came from hosting the summit were way past my wildest dreams. I couldn't even imagine of having that much success from one event like that. It was amazing. I'm still, now as I'm thinking about it, it's still in shock. I'm like, wow, that was just so amazing. So do it.
Just do it. Love that. Sherry.
One more thought. Yeah. Again, a big shout out to both you, Kim, and Kat, and the people in the mastermind. It's a big undertaking, but made a lot easier and so much more fun and everything with your support. To just try and run a summit on my own, there's no way. I don't think I could have done it and just had it, at the level that it was without your support and without the support of some of the other folks in the mastermind. So thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. I think I saw Mandy. You might have popped your hand up there.
Sure, yeah. And honestly, for my business, since I said that I had so much resistance to it and I was so scared to run one, what actually ended up happening with it is it ended up working like a springboard for me to have the confidence to jump into the next big thing, right? It's like, okay, now I've done it. I know how to do that now. I can do these big things. And so what's the next? What's the next thing that I can reach for? And that's been really important in my business too. So thank you guys.
Love it. So good. So good. All right. So to sum it up, just do it. and I think the thing, and this is for any skill or any strategy as an entrepreneur, is yes, you are going to have some resistance at the beginning, but there's so many amazing outcomes when you get to the other side of it. So just go for it. And Kayla has some last words as well.
I just wanted to go back, and you guys, I think each one of you kind of touched on it. And I know for Kat and Kim, this is one of your values in your business, but it's to have fun with it. Because yes, it's difficult at the beginning, but then once, as Sherry said, you've got everything set up, then you can go play with it. So Mandy and I have had, like I said, really good success with the panels similar to this, and they're super fun because you get an interactive conversation and it's a little break from having your regular speakers. We also hosted like after event, so like a speak easy, and we had a little wine tasting. We brought on a wine expert to talk and teach us about wines, like things that I didn't know about wines. Apparently I'm allergic to one of the wines that we decided to take because I took like 2 sips and then had an allergic reaction, but it was great. It was still fun. I didn't die, so this is good. But yeah, just have fun with it. Honestly, you can make it as fun as you want, and if you make it fun, you're gonna want to do it again. So
good. Thank you, Kayla. All right. So for our audience, please give everyone some virtual claps and hands in the air. I want to thank each of you for taking the time to be here and sharing forward your experience that will inspire and motivate others to take action, to use this amazing strategy in their own business. So thank you to each of you for being here with us today.